In this video, I'm going to be talking about the phrase used to and how it is similar or different from some other words and phrases that are often confusing for students, and that is would, usually, and be used to. So, let's take a look at the first. When we are using used to, we're talking about the past, something that happened regularly, usually, commonly, but not now. So, when Lisa was a child, she used to visit Japan every summer. She would stay with her grandparents and would eat lots of Japanese food. They would speak Japanese to her, but she would answer in English. It's a good thing they understood English. Let's stop here and take a look at this. You'll notice I haven't used very much used to. Why is that? Well, when we're telling a story, something from the past, the most common thing is to begin with used to in your first sentence. In theater, you talk about setting the stage. Used to sets the stage for your story. This is because used to talks about a past condition or situation. And so it kind of introduces the idea at the beginning of your story. Then you usually continue with would. Would is more common, talking about the past repeated actions, repeated events. So we wouldn't generally continue with used to. You wouldn't say, she used to stay with her grandparents, they used to eat a lot of Japanese food. It's possible, it's not wrong, but if you want to know what sounds good and natural in English, this is how we would do it. Okay, you will also notice here I didn't use used to because this was not something that was just at the past time and has changed now. Does that make sense? It's just it's a good thing they understood English all the time. Lisa didn't used to speak to her grandfather in Japanese, but now she usually does. Negative form, like every other simple past negative for regular verbs, didn't plus the base form, so no D here. Didn't used to speak to her grandfather. When you're using present time here, we're going to bring in the usually. Can't say used to, so now she usually does. We use other words also, generally, normally, frequently. Those are all good. It is also possible to use usually in the past, but when you're talking about something that was a common situation in the past and doesn't exist now, that's your situation for used to and would. When I was young, I used to live in Boston. Is it possible to use would here? Is it an action or a repeated action, repeated event? No. It's a past condition or situation. You can only use used to here. Not possible to use would. I used to live in Boston. I used to love playing in the snow. Is it possible to use would here? Love is not a repeated action. It's not a repeated event. It's a past condition or situation. You only use would if it's an event or an action that repeats many times. You could say, I would play in the snow. That's a past action. But for love, I used to love playing in the snow. For the question Question, did you used to play in the snow as a child? No D here because this is a question. You need the base form. Actually, I still love the snow. When you want to say something is the same from the past until now or again, using still before the verb. But don't play in it anymore. If something is different from the past until now, doesn't continue anymore, comes at the end. Okay, so this is what you want to remember. Using used to for past conditions or situations. You can also use used to for past for past actions. It's also good. And would just for those past actions or events that are repeated. Both of these give the idea that they're only in the past and not now. Now, let's take a look at be used to. When you add be, you're changing the meaning. This has the meaning of being comfortable with something, something being normal or regular for you. It's usual for you, but it feels normal for you. That's the idea. So I just moved to Turkey 4 months ago, and I'm still adjusting. This is a situation where you would very commonly use be used to. I'm used to having a wide variety of ethnic food to eat. So I'm from the San Francisco area most recently. In that area, you have many kinds of ethnic foods, Chinese and Thai, Italian, Mexican. That's what is normal for me. That's what feels regular. So that's what I am used to. Notice after used to, you have an ing form. I'm used to having a wide variety of ethnic food to eat. I'm not really used to eating the same type of food over and over. Using the negative, like you would use with the be verb, I'm not used to, and again, the ing, eating. Now, I'm getting used to eating olives, tomatoes, and cheese for breakfast every day. It is extremely common to use the verb get with be used to. I'm getting used to. Are you getting used to? Because when you become comfortable or familiar with something, it's a process. It takes time after you make a change. So it's very common to ask someone, are you getting used to your new job? Something like that. Hopefully this clears up some confusions about using used to. I wish you the best and hope you use it correctly.